I like beer. I like beer a lot. And the first beer I ever had when I moved to America was Sam Adams Boston Lager. And it has remained one of my favorite beers ever since. I would say second favorite beer. My top one might circulate a bit. My third one's always going to be Stella Artois. But my second favorite beer is Sam Adams Boston Lager, which is why I was slightly concerned when I went to my local liquor store and I found out that it has been remastered. There is a new version of Sam Adams Boston Lager, and I'm like, what does it taste like? I don't know, but you're going to find out with me. Stay tuned. Hi guys, it's me, and I'm here to make a quick fun video today about Sam Adams Boston Lager. So if you know me, you know I like a beer. I really do. I enjoy beer very much, and one of my favorite beers, I always say, like, my second favorite beer. My first beer isn't even defined. It like circulates between different beers. But my second favorite beer, my go-to beer, is Sam Adams Boston Lager. I remember November 2001. I moved to America for the first time. On my third day in America, my boss took me to, it was TGI Fridays on Jericho Turnpike in Long Island, New York, and said, "Do you want a beer?" And I was like, "Do I want a beer? You better believe I want a beer." So I had seen, while I was in America, these adverts for Sam Adams Boston Lager, and I've always loved it. I'm a lager lout, so I like lager. Lager is, it's like, you know, generic beer. And I used to drink like Carling Black Label and Stella Artois and all the classic lagers that you get in Europe. Like, lager is such a European thing, it's ubiquitous. And the thing about lager is very drinkable. It doesn't necessarily taste too much. So I was kind of excited when I saw the TV adverts for Sam Adams Boston Lager when I first moved to America, because it was darker than lager, and they kept going on about how it tasted of stuff. And so I was intrigued, and I had my first schooner. It's a big 22-ounce glass of Sam Adams Boston Lager, and I was in love. I will fully admit, it was like, oh, this is what you could do with lager. Because, you know, you have real ale in England, and it's not that fizzy, and it's got quite a strong flavour and stuff, so it wasn't as drinkable as your good old pint of lager. But at the same time, your good old pint of lager doesn't have, you know, the flavour and the character. I mean, the whole reason you drink Stella Artois is because anywhere in the world you go, you can drink Stella Artois and it's going to taste the same. Heineken, it's the same. I like Heineken. Anywhere in the world you go, you order a Heineken and it's going to kind of taste the same. But you sometimes want to experiment a bit more. And there's this weird thing with lager of, like, you want to experiment, but you don't want to experiment too much. You know, you don't want to reach into like craft beer IPA territory. You want something that's drinkable, but also you want this. It's almost like an unattainable goal. Until I drank Sam Adams Boston Lager, and then I was like, "Oh, you get it." Because Sam Adams Boston Lager, it's like it's bubbly and it's light and drinkable like lager, but it has like that maltiness to it that tastes like a real beer. It's the perfect blend, or at least it was, until they remastered it. So I'm like, oh, what is it going to taste like? Because I'm really worried it's not going to taste as good. That being said, I will admit that Sam Adams Boston Lager, because of the maltiness, and because it's got that flavour, it's less drinkable than, say, Stella Artois. I could sit there and I could drink Stella Artois all day long. And I could drink it like water. Whereas Sam Adams Boston Lager has just a bit more of that maltiness and stuff. So after a few of them, you're kind of like, okay, I'm done. I'm good. I'm done now. So when they talk about this being remastered, they said it's made for easier drinking. So it's kind of like, ooh, interesting. It still has a distinctively complex and balanced on the bottle, but easier drinking. So I don't know. Join me as we try Sam Adams Boston Lager remastered for the first time. I've got my little foxy friend here to open the bottle. There we go. And I have, it's actually a Stella Artois glass. They sent me it because I'm an influencer, don't you know? But this is a perfect glass to try lager. So there we go. Pouring it. The first thing I'll say is it looks a wee bit lighter than the regular Sam Adams Boston Lager, which has like this lovely, like, caramel color. This is definitely a bit more caramel than your average lager, but you know, it's lighter. So there we go. It's got a good little bit of head there. Doesn't have like an overwhelming scent. That's fine. Let's see. I mean, that's nice. That's nice. I can instantly tell they've gone a bit more forward with the hops to make it a bit crisper and a little less with the malt. So it's absolutely fine. I would drink this. Do I prefer it to the original? It's difficult to say. I could imagine myself drinking more of this. I'm at the risk of saying I prefer the original just because it has that maltiness to it, which I really kind of liked. But at the same time, I guess I can understand that, you know, this is a bit lighter. It's got a bit more hoppiness to it, so it's a bit crisper. So I don't know. The hoppiness, though, it's hoppy is a really, it's a tightrope to walk. Because if you make something too hoppy, then you get like the bitterness to it. And if you don't make it hoppy enough, then it doesn't have that crispness to it. So yeah, I can see why they do it. I don't think I quite prefer it. I just got the fondness for the original Sam Adams, but it's okay. What does this mean, though? I don't know. You know, I buy a lot of Stella Artois. Sometimes I just buy a 6-pack of Sam Adams because that's what you want. This isn't quite the same. I don't know if I got quite that same passion for it, because for me, I drink a Sam Adams and it takes me back in time 20 years to when I had that first one. It tastes of America to me, and this tastes like something different. And I guess that's fine. And maybe I've got an over-attachment to the original Sam Adams Boston Lager, but I don't know, it's interesting to see. So, I mean, good job, Boston Brewery, Boston Beer Company, but I'm not quite sure you needed to do this. I don't know. I'll drink some more, and I'll let you know if I change my mind. I mean, it's fine. It's good. It's good. Don't regret buying a 6-pack of this at all. And that's the thing, really. When you buy a 6-pack of beer, you're kind of making an investment. You know, if you're buying a single bottle of beer, you don't mind experimenting. When you're buying a 6-pack, you're like, I want to drink all 6 of these and enjoy them. And so I would buy a 6-pack of this. I don't think I'd enjoy it quite as much as the old Boston Lager, but it's certainly not bad by any means. It's good. It's good. It's just, I don't know. It's forcing me to reevaluate it when we are now 20 years past the independent brewing sort of the pioneers of independent brewing, like Jim Koch from Boston Beer Company. He was one of the pioneers of making craft beer something that America embraced. And so it's difficult for me to embrace something new that came from something old. And also there is so much competition in the marketplace now. You know, Sam Adams Boston Lager is almost a victim of its own success. It was one of the first craft beers that like really made like a public perception of itself. And since then, it's become so ubiquitous, it's almost like lost the prestige of being like a craft beer. And I guess this is almost their move to being more commercial. And I don't necessarily know if I love that, but you know, at the end of the day, that's a commercial decision they have to make. I mean, I've just been lucky enough to go along for the ride, haven't I? So, yeah, it's interesting. I don't necessarily know if I buy another 6-pack of this. So maybe my love affair with Sam Adams is over, but it's still good beer, still drinkable beer. If you've tried Sam Adams Boston Lager Remastered, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be really interested in your opinion of it, whether it's better or worse. So there we go. I'll be back with another video soon. Until then, cheers. I'm Roland Hume. I've sold 67,000 copies of my books. If you want to find out how I did it, I've got a link right here you can click. And otherwise, don't forget to subscribe. I've got more videos coming soon. Thank you.